Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. Till we get the connection, inshallah ta'ala, I'll just answer some of the questions. And once the connection is here, I'll stop right away, inshallah. There's a question: do you get the rewards for breaking the fast? Meaning, if you are fit and traveling, it's not a hardship to continue if you intending to break for it is sunnah, then you get more rewards, so you should break to get that extra rewards. As we said yesterday, what is, Wallahu a'lam, without getting into so much details of this, the sunnah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, what is best for a traveling person is to do what is easier for him. So if it's easier to break the fast, that's more rewarding. It's easier for you to take care of your traveling situation, to break your fast, then it's what is closer to the sunnah is to break your fast. If it's easier not to break your fast, then don't break your fast, because maybe it's easier for you, you don't want to make up the day. So whatever is easier for you, without any takalluf, without any hardship, without any difficulty. But for someone to think that to fast while traveling is more rewardable because you will endure more patience and things like this, no. The Prophet ﷺ said, لَيْسَ مِنَ الْبِرِّ الصِّيَامُ فِي السَّفَرِ. It's not out of righteousness to fast in traveling. And what is meant by that is, it's not extra reward if you fast. So either or, and the matter is at ease, inshallah ta'ala. The second question: should you make the intention every night? I thought the intention was just the first night of Ramadan would suffice the whole month. Yes, this is a valid differences of opinions. And if you take the opinion that you make the intention only once in the beginning of the month or every night, as I said, the only thing that comes up as a result of the differences of opinion in this, what happens if someone sleeps right before Maghrib and he wakes up after Fajr? If he takes the opinion that it's only one intention is valid in the beginning of the month, then he doesn't have to make up that day that it follows that night. But if the opinion that it has to be done in every night, then you have to make up that day because he did not make intentions in that particular night. And this is, wallahu a'lam, every day is a ibadah by itself. So that's why the intentions should be done every night. But what does intentions mean? That means that you're awake during the night for even a short period of time. You know already that the next day is Ramadan. There's some issues that comes up as a result of that. Anything else, inshallah? And of course, the mashayikh is here, and forgive me, just because of after the lecture, so maybe
Any questions?
No,
So a person that, let's say the person did not have knowledge, and during the month of Ramadan, he had relationship with his wife, right? And then later on in the future, he was told about it, let's say 2, 3, 4 years down the line, what should be his,
No.
should he go back and pay the kafara and,
No, and this is also, the question is, if someone did not know, he was ignorant about the ruling of having relations with his wife during the day of Ramadan, there's differences here between knowing that it's haram, but he doesn't know the grave sin of this, versus that he doesn't know whatsoever that this is something that breaks the fast. The first one, no doubt that he would have to make the kafara even if he did know that there's an expiation. The second one, if he was totally ignorant about it, this is what has valid differences of opinion. So, wallahu a'lam is according, because the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, if they made a mistake or they forgetfully. So this is what the fatwa of many of the contemporary scholars in that specific case. Someone say, for example, he's a new Muslim, he does not have any idea whatsoever that this is something breaks the fast. That's a different situation. Forgive me, Allah, the mashayikh, and with matters of fiqh, there might be some differences of opinions. So
For the sunnah of breaking the fast earlier, what should one do when there's different apps that have different times from up? Like one might be 2 minutes later and one is a bit earlier?
If the time of Maghrib is not if the time of Maghrib is not accurate, some apps is 1 minute earlier, 2 minutes later, things like this. Again, what makes Maghrib time is when the entire disk of the sun disappears in whatever place and position that you're in. And of course, there are buildings and mountains and things like this, you're not able to make sure. So to the best of one's ability and what people follow, inshallah ta'ala, this is valid. And this is maybe unique here, but usually when people hear the adhan, then that's where they break their fast. So whatever is more authentic app is to be followed, Allahu a'lam. Because usually there's not too much differences. Some people, they add intentionally some minutes, which is not, it's bid'ah. This is innovations in the deen. When they add more minutes from their own self to be on the safe side, there's no such a thing as a safe side.
Just on that subject, here in San Diego, we actually went out to the desert and looked with the area by Paso Centro where there was no lights and things, and we took all the calculation methods out to make sure with our own eyes, and the 15-degree method we found to be accurate, which is what the North American ISNA uses, not crediting any one over the other, but just the method of 15 degrees with our own eyes. We saw that is the correct time. So if your app is set to the 15 degrees, then you can follow that. We went with the whole jama'ah and did it ourselves.
Inshallah.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh. I was wondering if you could recap the scenario when you said the man that is crazy or loses his mind and then gains consciousness later. If you could review again, like what happens to his fast and like.
The ulama, they differentiate between someone fainted the entire day of Ramadan versus someone that lost his mind, he became insane. If someone became insane the entire day, from before Fajr till after Maghrib, then there's no qada on him. He doesn't have to make up the day because he was insane. He's not mukallaf, he's not responsible for his actions. But if someone fainted the entire day before Fajr till Maghrib, then he is to make up the day because he just fainted. But if in both cases they gain consciousness during the day, then there is no making up the day if they did not break the fast. It's only if it covers the entire day. There's the difference between both. تفضل.